What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day, and welcome to the channel where you subscribe to get daily updates on Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. We also take a look at Dow Jones during the week to see what's going on with that. As you guys know, I have been bearish. I've been gone for a couple days, but I'm back. And don't forget, we have a free Discord group. There's a link to it below in the description. Totally free. Awesome community, guys. Check it out, and let's get into the video. All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice, trading advice, investment advice, or any of that. There's a disclaimer scrolling on the bottom. Make sure you read it, and always remember this is my opinion, not yours. Do your own due diligence, and let's see what's going on. We'll take a look at the news, but first, I will talk about a little bit about what I'm looking at towards the end of the video. We're going to look at Bitcoin. Could it be telling us what the Dow Jones is in for? Possibility. We're going to take a look at it. We'll also take a look at a short-term target that may have been reached by the time I make this video. But anyways, we're going to take a look at it all. Definitely stick around. And don't forget to give it a giant thumbs up. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Really helps the YouTube algorithm, helps the videos get out there. You guys have been doing awesome. Let's try for 1,000 likes on this video. All right. Looking at Bitcoin news headlines. Just to get a feel for the sentiment, run through them real quick. Bitcoin tests 7K as spot trading volume subside to normal. Hash rate erases March losses before epic difficulty adjustment. Bitcoin showing signs of recovery, but this trend line could stop it. Libra stablecoin is still a major threat to Bitcoin. The Bitcoin price has outperformed all other major assets this year, so a little bit of bearish, a little bit of bullish. Crypto fear and greed index, we are at 18. We raised 3 points from yesterday, still in extreme fear. Let's look at the monthly. So looking at the monthly, as you can see, we fell back inside this channel and we are below all the EMAs, and there's we have a lot of time left in the month, but the 8 EMA is sure looking like it wants to cross the 13 here. If that was to happen and we close down here, that could get really ugly, guys. The 55 EMA on the monthly is around the 48, around the 48.50, right in that range. It's obviously it's coming up a little bit, so it could raise, to 40, depending how long. But anyways, right now it is right around the 48.50 range. Let's take a look at my wife's webpage. Guys, this is an easy way to support the channel. Check it out. A lot of cool t-shirts, coffee mugs, hats, beer koozies, aluminum signs. She can also do this on glass. She could put anything you want on this. So if you got another coin or family pictures or whatnot, anything you want, she can put on it. Also, there is hoodies and long sleeve tees, some keychains, socks, some other stuff that's not listed here. If you're interested, hit her up in the contact. And let's get on with the video. All right, so the weekly. It is looking bearish. As you can see, I have this symmetrical triangle drawn here. This bottom trend line comes all the way back from 2016. Remember to stick around because there's something pretty interesting in the Dow Jones compared to Bitcoin. They called Bitcoin a bubble. It's pretty interesting. Make sure you stick around. So as of right now, you can see we got rejected on the weekly at the 8 EMA, which is right around the $7,000 range. It is looking quite bearish. Down here, the 200 EMA sits at the 5,400. If you guys have been watching my videos, 5,400 is an area that I am really been looking out for. We do have some this bottom trend line. If we were to come back down and test this, that could be around the $2,500, $2,600 range. And if we looked at this whole thing as a bear flag, ultimate worst case scenario is probably right here around the $1,500 range. I'm going to put an ugly target in there. I'm not saying it's going to happen, guys. I am saying be aware of the possibility. That is, especially if you're trading, you have to be aware of possibilities. You can't just assume. So anyways, that's my absolute worst case scenario. I would expect support here around the 25.74 range. Let's look at... Well, we'll go back over here real quick. In the weekly, the EMAs have all crossed. We crossed back here. It does look like it's taking effect now. The 8, the 13, and the 21 EMA have crossed the 55 here. Like I said, the 200 EMA is right here around the 5,400. We're going to talk about that. Let's look at the RSI. So looking at the RSI, as you guys know, if you watch the channel, we have this red line here, support and resistance. Back here in 2014, we capitulated below it. You can't see it. The data isn't on Coinbase. We broke back above it in 2015, tested it for support, and continued on with our bull run. 2018, we tried to do the same thing. We capitulated below it. 2019, above it. Tested it in 19, got support. We came back below it again. There could be another touchdown here before we take off, and we'll talk about the targets on that. As you guys know, we've been watching this for quite some time before we even cross back below it. Let's go into the daily. All right, so looking at the daily, I'd been looking at this as a rising wedge. If we zoom in here real quick and look at the EMAs, they're all turning bearish here. The 8 is getting ready to cross the 13 and the 21. This is looking pretty damn ugly, guys. Just being nice, it's looking pretty ugly. But anyways, let's take a look at these targets here, and then we'll go to the RSI. These targets you see, these that I have listed here, these are just EMA, or I'm sorry, the Fibonacci retracements. As you can see, we came up a couple days ago and retested that 72, which is the 0.5 fib, and got rejection. It seemed to be continuing down from now. So let's take a measured move of this wedge break. 4,200 is the target there, but I do have obviously the 6,400 that we talked about. That's the 0.382 fib. I do see us getting at least some support here, and if that breaks 5,400, and 5,400 has been the area that I've been looking out for, guys. I'm pretty confident in that. I mean, obviously don't take my advice, but 5,400 is really what I'm looking at if we don't get a major bounce at 6,400. If that 54 wasn't to hold, then we'd be looking at the 42. And if we looked at this as a flagpole, this being a bear flag, that gets us to 3,200. But remember, we do have our lower targets that we discussed in the monthly. But as of right now, I'm still bearish, guys. I'm looking for at least the 6,400. We'll see what happens there. The 55 EMA, which is coming down here, is going to be right around the 7250 range. Again, where that fib is. If we do get a bounce up here, I would expect major rejection there. I don't see us going there right now. Let's look at, and as you can see, the volume is still declining. So really, this really isn't considered a break because the volume didn't show it, but maybe it's right in here. We could adjust that line, but eventually we're going to see a huge break. I'm going to put that there. No matter what, I'm still bearish as of right now. Let's look at the RSI. As you guys know, I like the RSI and the... Oh, if you guys are interested in trading, I'm going to leave a Prime XBT tutorial up top. Definitely check it out. I use that in Bybit. I have links down below that give you a bonus. The Prime XBT gives you a 50% bonus on top of your deposit. And currently, they have a co-vest thing going on. It's in the beta version right now. I'm in it. There's some other people in there trading. But definitely check it out. Should be pretty interesting when the co-vest goes live for everybody. But anyways, definitely check it out. There's awesome bonuses. Both links are down below in the description. Any of those links down there are a great way to help support the channel, guys. Besides subscribing, liking, and leaving comments down below. So anyways, looking at the RSI, we had this rising channel here that we broke out of the other day. That was actually when that was, I think, my last video, and I had said I was pretty bearish there. So as of right now, if you can take a measured move on these breaks, and on the RSI they work too most of the time, so that would bring us back down into this range here around the 35 on the RSI. I would look for, we talked about this a long time ago before it formed as being a possible inverse head and shoulders. And as you can see where we're at right now, it does look like that is the case. If we get a bounce here, we could continue up to the higher levels. That could get us all the way down to this 6,400 range. We could get a big bounce there and come back up around the 77-ish to $8,000 area, which is the golden retracement zone. Of course, we do daily updates, so make sure you're subscribed, and we will keep up on this, what's going on there. But as of now, the RSI is definitely looking like we at least come down to test this neckline of the inverse head and shoulders on the RSI. As you can see, that was formed at the break of this falling broadening wedge. Let's go into 4 hour. So the 4 hour, I have a few different things we want to look at here, and then we'll move on to Litecoin, Ethereum, and the Dow Jones compared to Bitcoin. It's pretty cool. We'll check it out here in a minute. I'll give you my targets for the Dow Jones too, and what I'm looking at. All right, so I have a few different ways I'm looking at this here. This is kind of weird looking, I get it, but it's been playing out pretty good. We had a rising channel here that we fell out of, rising broadening wedge that we fell out of. I had a trend line off of these peaks here, and we fell out of that, came back up, tested it for support. This white trend line here is actually, I'm not even sure if that one is, you know, really too important right now, but I'm still leaving it there as we are, you know, bouncing along it right here. But that one was just drawn off of these two peaks here. We are currently below it. We have room for a big fall, possibly. Let's look at the 4 hour. All right, so looking at the EMAs. The EMAs are super bearish here, guys. Everything has crossed, and they are turning down with a vengeance. Now let's look at some targets here off of the 4 hour. If we measure this just as a rising channel that we've broken out of, that one would be around the 6620 is the target there. If we look at this as a bear flag, and this being a flagpole, that breaks the 6400 that we're looking for, and that's around the $6,200 range. Also, we have another one. No matter what, like I said, I'm bearish here, guys. We have this target here too, which if you look at this blue line was resistance, the yellow line is support. That was a rising channel, and that gets us to about the 6450 range. But again, guys, I'm looking for that 64. Still, I've been looking for it for quite some time. But yeah, as of now, everything pretty much is the same. If we break the 64, I'm looking for 54. If that breaks, looking for 42. If that breaks, 32, 20, so on and so forth. But I'll keep you updated every day. So let's get into, this is more short term. This is what I'm looking at. Possible inverse head and shoulders. This is a 15-minute Bitcoin. As you can see, the RSI is way down here. But it, as you can see, left shoulder, right shoulder. I'm sorry, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. And the way you do a measured move off of these is measure the tip of the head to the neckline, and that gives you a target of 6633 range. We do have room in the RSI to come back down for one more test. That would give us that. But keep in mind, if you was to look at this as an Elliott wave type of stuff, this would be A, B, and then this would be 1, 2, 3 formed here. We could come up to, you know, these higher levels, maybe as high as 6814, possibly 6850, which would be golden retrace, and then coming back down for wave 5. Actually, the highest we could go would be 6785, according to Elliott wave theory. As you guys know, I don't use it to predict. I do know it, but I do not I don't use it that much. I don't believe in Elliott wave. It's great for looking what happened and counting the waves, but to predict, it's insane. Anyways, that's what I'm looking at, guys. Look for this to possibly go up as high as 6787 before coming down to this 6633 range. Litecoin. Looking at Litecoin, same thing. We had the rising wedge we were looking at, the breakdown, and that gets us to around the $25 range. And if we looked at this whole thing as a flagpole, this being a bear flag, which I don't think that is, that'd get us around the $18, $19 range. Yeah, same thing. As you guys know, Litecoin and Ethereum pretty much follow Bitcoin. So if we look at the EMAs here, they are super bearish. Everything is crossed down below the 55. And same thing, RSI. RSI is definitely bearish. We had this rising wedge that we broke down out of, and currently, as of now, we still have room for this move down that I'm looking for. We'll keep an eye on it. Let's look at Ethereum. Same thing. I have some smaller, I think I had some smaller targets here too. Oh yeah, Litecoin. Looking at this as a flagpole, this being a bear flag. That could get us down to about, I'm going to put a target there. Right about 37.20 would be the target off of this fall here, which could be enough to get us down into this range. Let's look at Ethereum. Same thing. If we looked at this, do the measured move, that actually gets us to about 142, but our 0.236 fib is right around 137. Ethereum's the only one that really hasn't broken this, and I think when it does, everything else is going to be pretty obvious to the break. Let's do a measured move off here, and I had it from here where we actually peaked down below. I'm going to keep it there, and that's around 9,200, or I'm sorry, not 9,200, a $92 range to $93 range. I guess there is a possibility to come up to this 175 range and retest this area, but I highly doubt that. Like I said, guys, I am still pretty damn bearish here in every way, shape, or form. So here I'm looking for the 130. Let's see. Do that measured move there. About the 146 range to the 137. That breaks. I'm looking for the 92 range. And then 45, obviously. Let's one more thing I wanted to look at here with Ethereum. This almost looks like it could possibly be a reversal triangle here. If that's the case, guys, we could come up and test that 175. I don't think it is, but keep that in mind. Ethereum's the only one where the EMAs don't match Bitcoin and Litecoin. So, all right, let's take a look at the pre-market. It's got 7 minutes to open. Let me refresh this. The Dow Jones is down 590 pre-market, so that's looking pretty bearish. All right, so this looks like Bitcoin, right? This is Dow Jones on the monthly. I'm going to spread it out a little bit. They called Bitcoin a bubble. That is a bubble, guys. As you can see, the drop we had down to here. Now, there's something I want to show you. If we look at Bitcoin, we had almost identical. I'm going to switch back and forth here so you guys can see it. Even that drop. See where this drop came down, crossed 55, did not quite hit the 200 EMA. Same thing here, crossed 55, did not quite hit the EMA. That's Dow Jones versus Bitcoin. Yeah. So as of right now, we're right in this area in the Dow. We may get another push up, but guys, I think it's seen its all-time high, in my opinion. If not, then it's, obviously they're just pumping crap into the market. But could we see the Dow Jones do this? That is definitely a possibility, guys, way down in here. We'll take a look at my targets real quick for the Dow Jones. Before I do that, this is that co-vesting right here that I was talking about. As you can see, keeps track of the traders trading in it. Check it out, PrimeXBT, guys. If you're interested in trading, use my links down below. Let's go back to the Dow. Let's take a look at my targets. I guess we could look in the 4 hour. Let's do that. So here, let me show you my targets here. First one being when we broke this rising channel here, we have peaked back in it, but I still am looking for at least this 17.2 range for the Dow Jones. Now, there's some other stuff I want to look at. As you can see, this pink line here being the bottom, the support, and then the resistance up top. And that would be a megaphone formation. Now, I don't know if I still count that as much because we, popped up out of it, but I still believe we have pierced it. So if this 17.2 does not hold, we would be looking at about the 9,200 points for the Dow Jones. That could get pretty damn ugly, guys. Now, let's look at what's going on here. Does look like a rising wedge pattern, and let me take a measured move of just the wedge here. And if we fall out of this wedge this week, we could be coming back down to retest this pink line here. And that's going to be right around the 19.3 range, somewhere in that range. We did come up and get rejected at the 0.5 fib of this move. So guys, it does look like today is definitely going to be a down day. If we break out of this wedge, I'd be looking for go to retest. First off would be the 22.5 if we're able to break that. Looking at the 20.5 sometime this week, and then ultimately the target of that would be 19.2. But we'll keep an eye on it. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Leave your comments down below. Subscribe to the channel by clicking the CryptoSavy logo above my head, and have a great day. I'll see you guys later.